अकड़ में मैंने यहाँ फिल्में छोड़ दी थी, 1 साल मैंने काम नहीं किया, तो उधर भी नहीं हुआ, इधर भी नहीं हुआ, so I was a little lost. There's life before Mani Ratnam and after Mani Ratnam, that's all I can say. So I'm really happy that I've crossed over. हम 15 फिल्में खड़ी करते हैं उस बजट में, एक फिल्म की बजट में, वो भी हो सकता है, but that doesn't mean that we want to make small budget films where we don't pay the actors. इंडी की इंडी फिल्म भी बनती हैं जहाँ कुछ पे ही नहीं होता है.
For all film-related interviews, reviews, and content, please like and subscribe to Pooja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
Firstly, I congratulate you on the biggest innings coming your way. All said to be daddy cool.
Thank you.
How does it actually feel? Are you anxious, scared, excited? What are the feelings?
Good. I mean, happy, very happy, that, yeah, just God willing.
Looking forward to that. Now coming to Guddu Bhaiya, who is like, also it's like the Desi Game of Thrones, set in the hinterland where, and now it's Guddu's reign, but somewhere, he is confident also to take his decisions. What was it like? Also, the arc of this character when you started and to where he's reached, what has it been like for you?
Flavorful, very, very, very interesting, very enriching. And I've had fun playing him. It's nice. It's very seldom narratives allow that. So I am really thankful to the people who created this entire world, that I could find a collaborative director like Gurmeet who I can play with and just arrive at these points.
So this is Guddu's reign. He is the one, because I don't want to give out anything so that I don't ruin it for people. But he is also, his decisions are not what he thinks they would be. And there's a lot happening. When first Guddu came to you on paper, and, when you first met Guddu in season 1, and now, what has it been like? And are you the kind, like, the writer comes with his mindset, and what was Ali's influence on understanding him?
Yes, I have to understand, I have to sit, I have to juice the whole thing out. I think I I try to take as much as I can from the director and the writer, from all that they have imagined this character to be. And that's when I start shaving off the predictability, of it all. And yeah, we find good flavors for it over time. We also have to leave a lot for the on-set magic. I think I was really blessed that it was a wonderful, wonderful team that came together. So it's really honestly been an entire collaborative effort from my costume department, who would put up with me, talking about the stitching and talking about the fitting and talking about the colors and blah, blah, everything. And yeah. With all the dress dadas, I would sit and try and learn whatever, that's a different story. But yeah, I've been quite a pain in the ass, I think, trying to create this.
Also the fact that, this basically the character has become like an iconic character, and it also, put in, whether it was you or Pankaj ji, into, like, it just ushered in this whole thing, because it was a character like you've never played before. Well, how did you understand? How would you describe Guddu? Actually, this is what I'm asking as a man, because Guddu is a lot of things, you feel bad for him also, you want to question him also. And he's also become somewhere in the pop culture, like Guddu inspired memes. Come on, So how would you understand? What was your understanding of Guddu? And having been on this journey with this man.
I think he's a bit of a cocktail of these really wacky people in his family. So there's the mother, who's Shiba. There's Rajesh ji playing my father. There's the little twisted honest lawyer. The mother, who's already a bit off her rockers, but this wonderful woman, beautiful woman. Then his sister, his brother, and then the cocktail spills over, and you get this guy who's just he's a mix of all of them. And I think that's what you keep seeing over the period of these 3 seasons, these shades of all of them at just different stages. I mean, you have to just find where you can pinpoint. And of course, what he takes, and then, this obsession with, I mean, uska summary kya tha? It started with somebody who just wanted to do bodybuilding and he was happy with his eggs. And that's it. It was a simple guy. He was just very lazy, to use and do anything else and be bothered. Um, and then, it trickles in the rest of it, the society, life, and the whatever, jaddoojahad jo hoti hai.
It's also interesting how you've carved a niche for yourself. I want to ask, has Ali's process from the Ali we saw in Three Idiots to the Ali that we are seeing now, who's got international, is reigning over OTT, is a producer, has it changed?
I mean, yeah, that sentence already sounds very flowery and flashy. It's a good headline. I'm I'm just grateful. I think yeah, it's been quite a nice, sweet journey. Um, that keeps giving, and I'm so grateful for that. It just keeps giving and giving, and it's probably because of how hungry we are to tell stories and be part of those stories, and we've been हम जिद्दी रहे हैं all throughout, and I just found another ziddi person to spend the rest of my life with. So it's just it's amazing that we can synchronize on those, it's a kind of a simpatico that works. Yeah.
And it's so interesting that both of you met on Fukara, but you are no Fukares, and now are producers with pushing buttons. So how is it like collaborating with your partner, who's literally your life partner? And what is it like? I mean, is it the same vibes? And also, Girls Will Be Girls is just like ruling
Yeah,
the circuit.
yeah,
Congratulations on that.
I know. We bagged in about three grand juries in 1 month. That was quite a hat trick moment. Suddenly again after all the others before. We're looking forward to the next few festivals and the big, our North American release in September. So yeah, it's good times, and it's great to collaborate with someone um, who actually works very differently than I do. So I kind of then, yeah, I guess it just works out. I like talking about things with her. It's not work. It's just some things we love creating. We love jamming with artists who come home. Uh, and that's why we've tried to create a space that is welcoming. Uh, yeah.
What are the kind of stories in Pushing Buttons that you want to tell through Pushing Buttons vis-a-vis the work that you do outside Pushing Buttons and when you collaborate with others?
I mean, from the outset, I just want to say there are creators like Amil, there's Mujtaba, there's Amitosh Nagpal, there's I'm just taking these names who have written such beautiful things for us. And one day I'm gonna just hopefully be able to bring them to interviews and have them, showcase those wonderful pieces they've written. So I'm really honored that I just hope we can follow through and give them the right stage and find them the right homes.
But Pushing Buttons, what I'm trying to ask is what are the narratives that you're looking at ushering in and pushing out? Because we are just seeing some wonderful stories now, wonderful stories which don't necessarily need to be led by A-listers. It's, I think,
Yeah.
very exciting times. Yeah. So what are the kind of stories that you want to like usher in?
Good dramas. We don't want to shy away from putting our hands into all kinds of genres. We are sitting on one musical comedy love story. Uh, yeah, where we have a film called Papita, which is, a very dark night crawler vibe film. We've got two, three other. Yeah, we've got Kamal Swaroop, who has been writing something spectacular for us. And we're so grateful for him, to be able to give us that time. So these are very different genres. And I think filमें बनती रहेंगी. There are a lot of people who are already doing some amazing stuff. There's मतलब बतेरे हैं. So may the better person be able to put them all out forward. That's it, honestly, because the key lies in how these films are funded. And I think I notice because I keep going to all these places, and that's what I keep noticing. सबकी जद्दोजहद यही है. फिल्में हमारी फंड कौन करेगा? क्या who will believe in these films? Oh, which studio will buy the film? And I suppose that's why people rely on the formulas. So that's why it's refreshing to when those formulas are broken. You see fresh faces, you see fresh stories. So we need more championing. That's basically that.
It's interesting because you're a producer as well, and you raised the question of funding because now people are really questioning these remuneration, which are like exorbitant, been extravagant, kabhi extravagant. And does that also somewhere you feel that we compromise on the stories and on the talent with just like pumping in with like the mega promotions, the mega marketing, the mega star who may not bring anything to the table?
Actually, I don't have much of a problem with that than the problem of pumping in like some 50 times that amount in the film. That is just bad scripting. मतलब अगर आप स्क्रिप्ट पे थोड़ा डेव मनी लगा दें तो that whole budget can be slashed out by so much. And I'm sure this is a ganit, a math that everybody knows. So I'm not saying anything new. I'm just मतलब हम 15 फिल्में खड़ी करते हैं उस बजट में. एक फिल्म की बजट में वो भी हो सकता है. But that doesn't mean that we want to make small budget films where we don't pay the actors. And that is another problem कि वो इतनी इंडी फिल्म भी बनती हैं जहां कुछ पे ही नहीं होता है. So actor ना फिर धीरे धीरे we start making these machineries in our head that, oh, when I get the right film, then I'll charge. And it's just this little loop that is unbreakable and sad. So, free में भी नहीं कराना चाहिए कि वो यार हम छोटी फिल्म है तो यार हम किसी को दे नहीं पाएंगे. That's also very bad, and the other way around also. So,
Absolutely. What pushes your buttons? I want to know.
Just I don't know. Mediocrity. It does. I mean, I think we're in a world of narratives that are rich. We already live in a country that is so naturally rich in culture and stories and everything. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. So sometimes I feel कि हम थोड़ा वक्त लगाते हैं in churning out, but we have some beautiful cinema that's about to come out. It's coming out. Yeah, just hope we can keep sharing that on the world
And
stage.
also recently, big news, Thug Life. What little can you tell us working with the legends, Mani Ratnam, Kamal Hasan, and there is our Ali Fazal.
Really, really excited. I mean, there's life before Mani Ratnam and after Mani Ratnam. That's all I can say. So I'm really happy that I've crossed over. I've just shot one schedule and really happy. He's a wonderful person to work with. I hope I can bring something to the table, to the Dastarkhan of Mani Ratnam. It's just so beautifully. His worlds are beautiful. It's quite an ensemble, so I'm really excited to see how it plays out. Yeah.
Ali, what is it like? Because I mean, you basically on your list have worked with people that is like जो भी actor आता है कि मुझे मनी रत्नम के साथ काम करना है, मुझे विशाल भारद्वाज के साथ काम करना है, मुझे राजू रानी के साथ काम करना है. आपकी लिस्ट में already है ये सब. What is it like feeding off that energy when you're working with these people? What is it like? I just want to know, as an actor, when you go, what is it that you draw? What is it you observe? I just want to know about the actor's process, basically.
Ah, wow. These are people already known for their worldviews, for the way they write their stories, they present their stories. It's really nice. It's really nice to be able to share those notes and to get to know them, because pehle nervousness hoti hai. Once you get to know these people, then you realize that, okay, they are humans. You can share um, ideas. I've now slowly started to become a little shameless when I think of something and I want to try it, because there are some directors who don't allow that. That's okay. Everybody has their own process. Like, I think there's a whole new process required with Anurag Basu,
Hmm.
and he spoils you. He's just another world altogether, and a school of cinema altogether, and he's a genius, literally a genius among us. He yeah.
Awesome. And also
um,
somebody who did आजकल तो बहुत क्रॉस ओवर कर रहे हैं inclusivity when inclusivity was just a murmur, diversity was just a murmur. You already had gone there, already had done that. Victoria and Abdul, you had already. Do you think things are changing now, and is it easier now for you than it was when you first started? And जब कोई नहीं सुनता था कि now it's like you are one of the prime names there.
yeah, I mean, it's God bless. I think yeah, I got lucky that I always thank the people who cast me, in the start. That I was in the right room at the right place. Um, like I said, it keeps giving. So there have been projects now after that. I've seen it changed. I mean, imagine an Agatha Christie that uh, had blind casting in it, and the most diverse cast of its kind, I think, that has been seen. Um, so it's been pretty rewarding. I'm really excited to jump into the next ones, and
Can you
yeah.
tell us about that? What can we look forward to?
In some time, I'm really excited. Because I was so sad till last month. I had to let go of something. We were shooting in Nova Scotia में चल रही थी, but I had to let go for other reasons. I was working here, uh, and had commitments. So I'm really excited that something else has come up, and we're hoping to hopefully start that end of the year. Yeah.
वो कैसे बैलेंस करते हो when you know I rather do this over that may not be much but might be good for my resume? How does that work?
Actually, that is the hard part. I'm not being able to manage it, and I think I've suffered because of that. I think there are rooms here. Producers sit and think, "अरे, Ali तो रहता ही नहीं है इंडिया में." And I'm like, "नहीं, मैं यहीं रहता हूँ यार." So for a whole year, because of the writer strike, because of everything, और मैंने भी अकड़ में मैंने यहाँ फिल्में छोड़ दी थी, 1 साल मैंने काम नहीं किया, तो उधर भी नहीं हुआ, इधर भी नहीं हुआ. So I was a little lost. So now मैं इधर तवज्जो दे रहा हूँ, but suddenly when something from there comes, I have to just juggle that, and I don't know. I'll hopefully manage time better in good time. Let's see.
Was it easier to convince वहां क्या यहाँ?
यहाँ यहाँ अपने लोग हैं भाई, यहाँ तो मान जाते हैं, which is so endearing, and really, like, too much. I've pushed my producers everywhere so much, that sometimes yeah.
चलो आखिरकार ये पूछना चाहती हूँ about the label that you had. Richard told me that Ali is the fashionista. He is very proper about what he's wearing, very thing about his clothes. So both of you also for Lucknowi chicken curry that you know. So what was the idea behind it? And कितने fashionista ये भी बता दे.
नहीं, फैशनिस्टा नहीं, एक मतलब एटिकेट है, सीखा हुआ है. It's all, I suppose, just took a lot from my mother when I was growing up. Chicken curry is just our way of, giving back to Lucknow. मैं वहाँ बड़ा हुआ हूँ, and so my aunt, she's a designer. She used to be doing other things as well. So we all came together and partnered up on this chicken curry brand, which is called Ihab, which means the art of gifting. And yeah, we're excited to introduce the men's line, I think, very soon, and see if we can take it out to the world and introduce it in a new way, in a different way. Of course, there are a lot of people doing chicken curry, but I still feel we can do more and bring some really cool designs out there. I mean, there are endless number of stitches. That's another world altogether. Um, yeah, I find those very comfortable. So I thought, why not?
And
worth
I've
it.
seen you always wearing them also very proudly instead of the tuxedos and the suits you're wearing here, which is really, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, yeah, that's our identity, you know. Indian wear is always the go-to wear.
सही में
Yeah.
आपका जाते जाते I mean I know you like that post also, your wife was all praises for you कि इतना अच्छा घर में भी काम करता है, and you know, like, I mean the way she was like, you are like a co-partner, you're also going on paternity leave. How would you describe Richa? Like, let's return the compliment to her.
She's a trooper. I mean, I don't have to return a compliment, but I hope, I think, I like to think she knows that. She knows that I know. I appreciate everything she does. Um, I just have too much respect for her. Been a fan of hers before I knew her as well. So, uh, yeah, as an actor, uh, her choices I love. So as a partner, I think it just completes me holistically, as a home.
All right, anyways, congratulations, and all the very best for Mirzapur and for the good news.
Thank you, Pooja.
All
Thank you. Thank you.
right,
Bye. Bye.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.